Do this, don't do this. Try exercise, don't exercise. Diet. There are so many different things that can be presented in the form of health or healthy lifestyle that it can be a little bit daunting or difficult for you to choose or to figure out what you need to do for yourself. And so, in the next couple of minutes, I will be sharing very simple, quick, and straightforward healthy tips that anybody can be able to stick to. The first thing that I would like you to remember is when you are thinking of healthy, tiny changes make a whole difference. You know what they say? Rome was not built in one day. You did not gain that weight in one day, neither will you lose it in one day. It takes time, and every little step that you make, it does count. So you can start by making tiny changes that eventually will become visible, will become major, and will help you to begin to see shifts and changes in your lifestyle. It could be a change that you make to start eating more healthily, eating more fruits or vegetables, going outside for exercise. No matter how tiny the changes seem, they say slow but sure wins the race. I'm sure you've heard about the 20/80 rule in different contexts. Today, I bring to you the 20/80 rule in the context of your eating habits. You can decide and choose to eat 80% of healthy whole meals. So you're eating fruits and vegetables, whole meal pastas, and things like that. And then the remaining 20%, keep it for your treats, and snacks and sweets and the things that you love. You know where the problem is usually is where you decide either to do 50-50 split or 20% of healthy, 80% of unhealthy. But you can make that shift and decide 80% of your food will be healthy, and then the rest of the 20%, you'll keep it to those regular treats. The other thing to think about is the beauty in nature. Use your environment to go out there and do exercise. There are some environments or there are some neighborhoods where they can actually have things like exercise machines and equipment in the parks. You can actually utilize that to exercise. But if where you live there is nothing like that or no provision, you can go out to walk in the park, to walk in the forest, to go and enjoy nature. And as you're enjoying nature, you are actually able to put in or to build in an exercise regime as well. And of course, even if where you live is a cold environment and cold weather, you can still make some time to go breathe some fresh air, and that will enable you not only to have a more mental clearance, but also you can be able to exercise as well. The other hack or the other tip is instead of having breakfast in the morning, try to eat your dinner for breakfast. Did I say dinner for breakfast? Yes. Why do I say that? Because most of the time, a lot of people eat small meals in the morning, in the noontime, and then in the evening they end up with big dinners. But then, if you change that around, remembering what I said, you can eat breakfast like a king, or you're banqueting. So you're having your dinner, those big meals in the morning, and then reserving the smaller meals in the evening, which allows your body enough time to break that food down before you are able to go to bed. The other thing that you can do is adding just 15 more minutes to your exercise routine. So, for example, you've already started and established a healthy exercise regime. One of those things you can do is maybe every so often just add an extra 15 minutes. Extra 15 minutes are they on the treadmill, extra 15 minutes of running, extra 15 minutes of sit-ups or whatever. At the end of the day, those extras do end up adding up. The other thing that you can also try to do is up the intensity with time. I say again, up the intensity, but do it with time. Don't just wake up in the morning and decide, okay, I'm going to do it again, quick and fix. But the moment you're building up your intensity with time, you're strengthening your muscles, you're building your core, and you're making yourself stronger and stronger. And build this in your routine so that at the end of the day, when you start losing weight, for example, you are able to build up yourself, but also to turn up those muscles. The other thing to think about when you're eating is ensuring that you're eating intuitively. Practice mindfulness during eating. Be present with your food. Pay attention to the textures, to the flavors, and of course, eat when you are hungry. Don't just eat because you're bored, you're upset, you're not feeling like it, or you're happy. Don't turn your emotions into feeding times. And don't always go reach out for the fridge when you don't really feel hungry. And this will help you sometimes when you're feeling a little bit hungry. You might think, is it just I'm hungry or am I thirsty? And if you're thirsty, drink some water. And if you're eating, be present as you're eating your food. The other thing to think about is set smart goals. What do I mean by setting smart goals? Be specific. Okay, I want to lose weight. How much weight do you want to lose? Measure those goals. Your goals need to be measurable. How long will it take for you to be able to achieve that weight loss? How much am I willing to invest in this in order to be able to achieve my weight target? How relevant is the regime that I'm going to be setting for myself in order to be able to achieve the given weight goal or health goal? You need to also ensure that you're sensitive to your own needs. Don't just set up goals that are unrealistic. But even if you're trying to have like time bound goals, ensure that they are realistic and they work for your needs. Try incorporate plant-based meals in your diet. Eat at least, let's say, 30 plant-based foods every week. And when you're doing that, please try to ensure that you are including variety. Don't just eat the same thing. I usually say, think about when it comes to plants, the fruits and vegetables, think about it as a rainbow of colors. Eat, for example, a banana, eat something like an apple, eat something like strawberries, which have different phytochemicals in them. And if you're incorporating them, and just try to start with 30, it might look a little bit like too much, but they say, for example, eat 5 portions of fruit and vegetables per day. So if you do that, you only need to do this 5 times a week or so, and you are able to actually be able to hit that target. If you're eating, for example, five portions a day, you need just 6 days, and you will be able to incorporate those plant-based foods in your diet. We also know plant-based foods have advantages of protecting your body. They have the roughage, they have the fiber that will help you with bowel movement, they will look after your gut and will keep you fuller for longer. And the last thing, last but not least, number 10, try and be engaged in group activities. There are so many different things that you can do. Like in some neighborhoods, they do things like park runs where you can get yourself into groups of people, massive numbers of people going together in the parks on the weekend, and they go around running. They can do like 5 kilometers. You can try to do like a couple of 10 kilometers, but that, of course, needs to take time. It needs to be something that you're building within your routine. You can ask some girlfriends to go out for a walk. You can ask a couple of friends maybe to try and do something together. You can do some sign up for some volunteer work for charities, for example. They can be like run for cancer or run against cancer or run against a given cause. And when you're doing it, you're remembering you have a group of people, and when you're doing it as a group of people, there's that element of accountability, there's that element of motivation from your peers, and this you'll be able to help you to be able to incorporate more exercise, to incorporate more activities, and with time it will help you to become much more acquainted, to become much more used to exercise over a long period of time, and with time you will be able to stick to it and become more consistent and disciplined and incorporate this in your routine.